Okay, so listen up here, guys. Now, I know the last time we did vector addition was like 10 days ago, okay? And I get that. Actually, it's like 11. But remember, 7 of those days were a week off. Actually, more than that. So it's recent in terms of when we last had class. So this is the assignment on your ability to do vector addition. That is, put things tail to head, okay, get resultants, vote questions like we went over in class, okay, and obviously a few even simpler ones than that, like question number 1, which is super, super simple, okay. In fact, question number 1 is not so much a vector addition question as it is a significant digits question, okay. There's a little significant digits trick with this one that you need to kind of watch out for, okay? So just keep that in mind when you're doing question number 1. But otherwise, question number 1, don't overthink it, okay? There's 2 vectors. They are both pointing 30 degrees above, or 35 degrees north of west. So, draw a picture of it. You get a mark for that, okay? Show your work, show your answer, get marks for that, okay? That kind of stuff. For question number 2, okay, the tip for question number 2 here is that people often draw this one wrong because they actually do the thing I've been telling you to do, which is visualize the situation. And so they look at it and they say, it's a box, and there's one rope that's applying a force this way, and there's another force that is going due south. Okay? Which, that's true, that's what's going on, but that's the kind of diagram we're going to draw in the next unit. It's called a free body diagram because force is a vector quantity. Okay? This force is 475 newtons and this force is 315 newtons. But force is a vector quantity, and that's not how we draw vector quantities if we want to add them. So I'm cautioning you, don't do it that way, because while you might get the right magnitude, you definitely won't get the right direction if you draw it like that, because that's tail to tail, not tail to head. Okay. Okay, number 3 is not a boat question, even though it's about a boat. Okay, it's not a boat in a river kind of question like we talked about before. Okay, this is simply a vector addition question. Okay, draw them tail to head, calculate the magnitude and direction of the resultant displacement. Okay, very much like what you would get on the unit exam for vector addition for that one. Okay, question number 4 is asking you to calculate the x and y components. So it's one single vector, okay? Just solve for x and solve for y for that vector. Just like you would if you're doing vector component addition, you have to get the x's and y's. That's all you're being asked to do for question number 4. Okay? And question number 5, same thing. But for both 4 and 5, make sure your vectors match with the vectors given in the question. Question number 4 tells you that it's 28 degrees above the negative side of the x-axis. So draw an xy scatter, okay, or an xy plot like you would have seen in math. Okay, positive y, positive x, negative x. That's supposed to be an x, negative y. Okay, think about what your vectors on your x and y components would be for that one. Okay, and then for number 5, you're given compass directions. Make sure your vectors match on that one. Okay, mathematically, those are 2 very easy questions. What people mess up are the vectors. Okay, all right. For number 6, just your regular vector component addition question. You've done tons like that already. Okay, it's again very much like what you would see on your unit exam. All right, number 7, also vector addition, but it's 3 vectors. Okay, just seeing if you can do it with 3. Okay, just draw them like you normally would and do your solution. Okay, and same with number 8. We're looking for the total displacement after those 2 straight line segments. 9 and 10 are your 2 boat questions. Okay, so draw the river, okay, show the boat, okay, going. Remember, there were 2 kinds of boat questions. Rowing across and going across. Okay, spoiler alert, both of these are rowing across questions. Okay? They both indicate that the person is rowing directly across, but that does not mean they are going directly across. Okay. All right, questions on that? talk too long, because I want to give you as much time as possible to get it finished here in class. Okay. All right. If you have questions while you're working, feel free to ask. Except, Mr. Coderre, did I do this one right? That I won't tell you. It is, after all, my assessment of your ability to do this. Okay. And I mean, if you come up and say, Mr. Coderre, I'm not sure about this, and I might give you some tips or something like that. But I'm not going to go, yes, that's the right answer, so you can tell everybody else. Okay. I'm not going to do that. Okay. All right.
Is this individual?
This is individual, yes. Okay, so good question. Yes, you are doing this individually, and the way I want you to submit it is still through Google Classroom. I don't want to have to collect paper. Okay, so obviously you're going to do this on paper. That's fine. Okay, but insert take pictures of it and insert those pictures into the file I've put in there. Okay, into the Google Doc, or scan them all together into a single PDF document. Okay, one way or the other. But what I don't want is 12 pictures of all of your work separately that I have to go through. Okay, I want to be able to either go through the Google Doc or go through a PDF that you've made. Okay, one or the other. Okay, if you're having trouble with how to do that, let me know and I can show you how to do it. All right, have out of there, guys.